We're going to go ahead and show you guys our way of fitting our 2014 and up 8.8 speaker lids. Since everybody's had such a hard time with doing so, we're going to walk you through it step by step how we do it here at the shop. First of all, I've got everything lined out. Factory stuff, our cable holder, slide lock plate, slide lock, your factory arm, pivoting, whatever you want to call that thing is from Harley, you gotta have it. That's what makes the arm pivot. Okay, you gotta have them. And your cable. Everybody seems to be having problems with the cable. Well, first of all, you have to trim and radius the top of your cable. And I'm going to show you why when we install it, so it gives you plenty of clearance for the complete throw of the lock and unlock.
This is not good.
Okay, so now that we have trimmed your cable lock assembly piece here, we're going to go ahead and move forward and show you guys the rest of the assembly. Next, what you're going to do is, for your outside latch plate, you're going to start with a 9/32 drill bit, drill out your 3 holes, which have been done. Drill bits here. We're going to go ahead and move forward. Take your factory, after you've drilled those holes, take your factory latch assembly with your factory bolts. Now that those are installed, you will take your 1/8 drill bit and mark your holes. 1 in the rear, 2 in the front. You may have to lean them a little bit depending on how your assembly fits the lid. Once those are fitted, take one of the number 8 1/2-inch long screws and then assemble them into the rear. We're going to wait on the cable lock until we are completely assembled on the right side of the lid with the side lock, because this is one of the last pieces that you will do on fitting your lids. Okay, now that the hinge assembly is on, we're going to move forward with the cable. With the cable being the rivet side to the inside, you're going to have to drill this out off your factory latches, so now you can put a screw into the hole. Inside the lid, if you look down in here, there is an indentation in the lids where you will take your 1/8-inch drill bit and just go maybe a 1/4 inch, if that, because what we're going to use is your small number 8 screw with a washer, and what's going to happen is you're going to install what you have trimmed now onto the lid. Now that we've installed your cable lock, as you guys can see, I'm going to go ahead and install the rest of your slide lock. But first, you're going to have to take a 31/64 or a 1/2-inch drill bit and drill your hole, which is going to allow you to install your lever and the rest of your locking mechanism. Now with that, it's only going to go one way. Okay, now that that's there, now you will take your slide lock arm just like that. Then you will take your locking plate here which we recommend taking a little bit of waterproof grease, put it in between the plates. It's just going to help it slide back and forth easier. Then what you'll do install your shoulder bolt with your 3 washers and spacer, red Loctite, then what you'll do is line this plate exactly flat with this one, take your 1/8 inch bit and go through and drill your holes. That way your alignment stays completely correct. Once you've done that, install your screws. Then off to the front. Medium-sized screw goes into the center. Of course, 1/8 inch drill bit. Pilot your hole. Give yourself just a little bit of play. Once again, we recommend using grease on all of the moving parts. Okay, now that you've assembled your slide lock mechanism and your lid, all you've got left to do is your cable. Install your cable to your factory lock, which is right here in the lock position. Have your key in the lock position as well as your handle in the lock position. Install your cable holder. It's going to click on to your plastic just like that. Now you will take your 2 screws and install them to your lid. Once that is installed, keeping your lid in the locking position from your key and your handle, you will take some 36 grit or 80 grit, whatever you can, scuff this guide right here, right where my finger's at, and you're going to scuff this piece as well, which you can do off before you start the project. Then what you're going to do is, while it's in the lock position, you're going to take some, we use Quick Set 50, any type of urethane glue, 2-part epoxy, make sure it's strong. You're going to apply the epoxy behind the cable. You're going to stick it, the cable plastic part, and glue it behind it and over the top of it. And we recommend taking a piece of metal tape, sticking your metal tape, letting it set up, and you're finished. You may have to adjust your cable lock, which we have done here, by bending it towards the inside to catch our locator on the slide arm, depending on how it installs on your lid. So now that you guys can see, we have completely fitted this lid with all the locking mechanisms in it, including the hardware, key lock, cable, and everything. Any further questions, please call the shop, 602-997-2453, Voodoo